Hey everybody, I am back. And like I said in my intro, I'm here at the Timber Creek Nature Center this morning for my third installment of the walking tour of Island Park. So here we go. It's really a very pretty day. Little cool, a little windy, but otherwise really nice day today. You can tell we've got plenty of green foliage working down the main path here. Well, like I said in my intro, I got me a selfie stick so I can do my intros for my action camera. I'm currently not using that. I'm just using my tripod this morning. But the selfie stick is really good for doing the intros. So I tried to do this here a week or so ago, and it just did not turn out well. There were a few reasons why. It was just really packed down here that day, and I had some difficulties with my camera and that sort of thing. But I'm back, and we're going to try this again. Sometimes it takes more than once. Sometimes you kind of got to do something several times before you get it right. This was Timber Creek at one time, and I do believe that this was connected. There's a Timber Creek on the other side of the dike, and it is an actual creek. It goes for quite a ways, but I know you can't tell it very well, but this is what you might call the remnants of this part of Timber Creek. And I believe what happened was this part of Timber Creek on this side of the dike was probably actually part of the other, but when they built the dike and when they did some other things down here, it wound up getting separated, and this just kind of became what it is now. It's just very shallow, very stagnant. There's just nothing over here anymore, and I think that's part of the reason was because of the dike. But anyway, we're going to go on. There are several different walking trails that you can take once you get down here. There's a really short one, and that's like the first one you come to, and I'll be showing that here in a minute. And then there are, like I said, several others. This first path that goes right up through there, what it does, you just kind of make a wide circle, and then you wind up right back here. That's the first one, and that's just for like if you're just wanting to come down here just for a few minutes and just walk around for a little bit. But one of the I'm going to be taking you on today is one of my more favorite trails that you can take. And there may be times when I don't say a whole lot, just thought you might enjoy the sounds of nature this morning. See, there's another trail that you can take. It is supposed to warm up as the day goes on. I think by mid-afternoon it's supposed to be actually like 72 degrees this morning. I was going to do this yesterday, but it was a little windy and it was cloudy, really very cloudy. And I just decided I'd wait until we got a really nice, pretty day, and we've got one today, so that's what I'm doing. that's the path I'm going to be taking. And of course, there's another one that goes off down that way. In the spring and summer, like it is spring, of course, now this gets really overgrown. In the fall and winter, they're just a lot more open because you don't have nearly all the greenery, grass and all that. But it's so much prettier, so much prettier. So I think we can live with a little bit of an overgrown path here. Of course, anytime you go out like this, you really should have on some sort of protection, like tick repellent, bug spray, you know, that sort of thing. I'm not doing that this morning. I probably should have, but I just didn't get around to doing that this morning. But I do have jeans on and all that, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Now, later on, the summer months, when it gets really hot, then it might be more of an issue. But so far, so good. There are some mysteries down here, at least as far as I am concerned. We have these, I don't know if these used to be trestles, supports for either a railroad or cars. I am just not really sure. I've tried to do some research. I could not find out anything. And what's so interesting is about 2/3 of this is rock. As you can tell, this is all rock. And then when you get up here, it's concrete. And there are 3 of these. So I have tried and tried and tried to find out some information, and I just can't find out anything. I do believe back in the early 1900s, there had to be something down here, like a mill, a flour mill, something used to be down here at one time. But I think it's interesting how part of this is rock, and then the upper, like 1/3 of it, is concrete. We're going to go on around. In the wintertime, you can see this really well. Right now, it may be a little bit more difficult to see. Let me go down here, and I'll show you these other 2, if I can see what I'm doing here. Sorry, squirrel scared me. That was funny. Now see, there's the second trestle or support, and it's all concrete. That's the second one. And then back there is the 3rd one. You kind of get a little peek of it. That's the 3rd one. There are 3 of these, and they've been here as long as I can remember. They've been down here for a very long time. And if it was a railroad at one time, there's no evidence of there's no railroad ties, there's nothing left. Even if it was a road, there's nothing at all that would say it was either for a road or for a railroad trestle. Personally, even though there's nothing left, I believe these were railroad trestles. I believe at one time that this was a railroad. Way back in the day. Let me get back up here on the main path, and we'll go continue on around. I'll show you some more. That's one of the things I've always kind of wondered about. We have a historical society here, and I really need to go talk to those people and try to find out some information. But the thing of it is, they're not open but just certain days a week and certain hours of the day, and they're just kind of hard to get to when you like, except if it's maybe open house or a weekend or something. Now see, there's the 2, there's one right there, and then there's one there. There's the 2 other trestles right there. And these are all concrete. These 2 are concrete. all the way up. These two are concrete. This has more of a pronounced ledge on it, whereas this one down there doesn't really. It might have at one time. And of course, here's the one that we first come upon right there. I don't know. That's just really, I just never don't know how to connect the dots, I guess you might say. They've got a little bit of a hill to climb up here. Okay, I'm going to have to take just a quick break, and we'll just be back with you here in just a minute.